The massive alien ship hung in Earth's orbit like a dark cloud. It had appeared without warning, its black metal surface absorbing sunlight rather than reflecting it. Inside the United Earth Defense Command Center, Admiral Tom Baker stood with his hands clasped behind his back, studying the main screen with steady eyes. "They're broadcasting something," said Jack, the young communications officer. His fingers flew across the glowing display as he worked to decode the signal. The message that came through was simple but chilling: "Your planet now belongs to the Dominion. Surrender or face destruction." Admiral Baker didn't flinch. In his 30 years of service, he had faced many challenges, but this was different. This was humanity's first contact with alien life, and they came as conquerors. "Send our response," Baker ordered, his voice firm. "Tell them Earth belongs to its people, and we don't surrender to threats." The alien ship's response was immediate. A beam of energy shot from its bow, destroying a satellite. The message was clear: this was no bluff. But the aliens had made a crucial mistake. They thought humans would be like the other species they had conquered, fearful, ready to submit. They didn't understand that humans had spent their entire history fighting, surviving, and overcoming impossible odds. Baker activated the Global Defense Network. All around Earth, hidden defense platforms powered up. These were humanity's secret weapons, developed over decades in preparation for this very moment. The aliens might have advanced technology, but humans had something they didn't expect: determination and the will to fight against all odds. "Launch Operation Thunderstrike," Baker commanded. Thousands of small fighters emerged from hidden bases on Earth and the Moon. Each was piloted by Earth's best pilots, men and women who had trained their entire lives for space combat. The alien ship, massive as it was, suddenly found itself surrounded by a swarm of highly maneuverable Earth fighters. The battle that followed would be remembered for generations. Earth's fighters moved in complex patterns, using tactics that confused and frustrated the alien vessel. They had studied Earth's military history, but nothing had prepared them for the unpredictable and aggressive style of human combat. The alien ship's weapons were powerful, but they were designed to fight large vessels, not the quick, agile fighters that now darted around them like angry wasps. Each fighter carried special weapons designed to penetrate alien shields using frequencies discovered through years of studying mysterious signals from space. In the command center, Baker watched as his pilots executed their attack plans perfectly. "Humans don't just fight," he thought, "we adapt, we overcome, we survive." The alien ship's shields began to fail under the coordinated assault. They had never faced an enemy that fought with such precision and determination. Their arrogance had led them to believe that a single ship would be enough to conquer Earth. They were wrong. As the alien ship's engines failed and its weapons went dark, Baker received another transmission. This time, the alien voice contained something new: respect, and perhaps a touch of fear. We surrender," the alien commander said. "Never in our history have we encountered warriors like you." Baker's response was calm but firm. "Remember this day," he said. "Remember that Earth is not a prize to be taken. We are not easy prey. We are humanity, and we will defend our home." The story of Earth's victory spread quickly across the galaxy. Other alien races, hearing of how a primitive planet had defeated one of the Dominion's most powerful ships, began to look at humans differently. They weren't just another species to be conquered, they were warriors who had earned their place among the stars. This was only the beginning. Humanity had announced its presence to the galaxy, and they had done it in a way that would never be forgotten. The universe would soon learn that humans were not just survivors, they were the most fearsome fighters the galaxy had ever seen. And somewhere in deep space, in the halls of the Dominion's ruling council, worried voices whispered about the species that had done the impossible. Humans had changed the game, and nothing in the universe would ever be the same. 3 months after Earth's first victory, humanity was ready to strike back. The captured alien ship had given them incredible knowledge. Earth's scientists and engineers worked day and night to understand the advanced technology, and what they learned changed everything. Admiral Baker stood on the bridge of Earth's first space battleship, the EDS Defender. Built using reverse-engineered alien tech combined with human innovation, it was more powerful than anything the Dominion had ever seen. "Status report," Baker called out to his crew. "All systems ready, sir," replied Mike, the ship's main engineer. "Our new weapons are at full power." The Defender wasn't alone. Behind it, 50 smaller warships waited, each crewed by Earth's finest. This was humanity's first deep space fleet, and they had a clear mission: strike at the heart of the Dominion. Thanks to information from the captured ship, they knew where to find the nearest Dominion base. It was a massive space station orbiting a red giant star, controlling an entire sector of space. "All ships, prepare for jump," Baker ordered. The fleet had been fitted with jump drives, allowing them to cross vast distances in seconds. It was time to show the Dominion that humans weren't just good at defending, they could attack too. The jump was smooth, and the fleet appeared near the Dominion station. Alarms immediately began blaring across the enemy installation. They hadn't expected humans to reach them so quickly or with such force. "Enemy ships approaching," reported Anna from her tactical station. 5 heavy cruisers, similar to the one that attacked Earth. Baker smiled. "Let's show them what we've learned." Launch fighters. The human fleet released hundreds of fighters, but these were different from the ones that had defended Earth. They were hybrid machines, combining Earth's best features with alien technology. They moved faster, hit harder, and had better shields than anything the Dominion had seen before. The battle that followed shocked the Dominion forces. Human pilots flew in ways that defied their combat computers. They used tactics that seemed crazy but worked perfectly. While Dominion ships followed strict battle patterns, humans improvised and adapted on the fly. "Their shields are down," Anna shouted as another enemy cruiser fell to the human assault. The space around the station filled with explosions as human fighters and warships tore through the Dominion defense fleet. The station itself began firing its weapons, but it was too late. The Defender moved into position, its main cannon charging. "Send them our message," Baker ordered. The communication was broadcast on all frequencies: "This is humanity's response to your invasion. Surrender the station, or we will destroy it." The station's commander appeared on the main screen. His alien features showed clear shock at seeing humans commanding such powerful ships. "Impossible. How did you advance so quickly?" 1 year after taking the Dominion station, Earth had changed. Alien technology filled cities across the planet. Ships from different worlds visited regularly, bringing new friends and allies. But most importantly, Earth had become a symbol of hope for oppressed species everywhere. In the captured station, now renamed Freedom Station, Admiral Baker met with representatives from 20 different alien races. Each had broken free from Dominion control after hearing about Earth's victories. "The Dominion is gathering a massive fleet," said Rob, Earth's chief intelligence officer. "Our scouts report over 1,000 ships near their home system." Baker nodded. He had expected this. The Dominion wouldn't accept losing control easily. But humanity had spent the past year preparing. "Show them the new weapons," Baker said. On the station's main screen, images appeared of Earth's latest creation, the battle suits. 10 feet tall, powered by mini-reactors, and armed with weapons that combined human and alien technology. They were piloted by a single human and could fight in space or on the ground. "Our scientists found a way to make them work," Rob explained to the amazed aliens. The Dominion's technology needed human creativity to reach its full potential. The alien representatives watched in awe as video played of battlesuit training. Human pilots moved with incredible speed, jumping between asteroids, fighting in ways that seemed impossible. "This is why we need humans," said one alien leader. "Your people think differently. You see possibilities where we see limits." But humans had done more than just build weapons. They had taught their allies how to fight, how to think creatively in battle. The once defeated species were becoming warriors themselves, learning Earth's ways of combat. "The Dominion thinks in straight lines," Baker told them. "They expect enemies to follow rules, to fight in ways they understand. But humans have never played by others' rules." As if to prove his point, alarms suddenly blared across the station. Multiple Dominion ships detected. Anna's voice came over the speakers. "They've found us." But this time, everyone was ready. The station's hangars opened, releasing squadrons of fighters piloted by humans and aliens fighting together. The battle suits launched too, their pilots ready to show what they could do in real combat. The Dominion fleet appeared, hundreds of ships strong. They expected to find a weakly defended station. Instead, they found an alliance ready for battle. "All units, execute Plan Thunder," Baker ordered. What followed showed how much humans had changed space combat. Battle suits flew between enemy ships, cutting them apart with energy blades. Fighter squadrons moved in formations that the Dominion's computers couldn't predict. Even the alien allies fought differently now, using human tactics that confused and overwhelmed their old masters. In the middle of the battle, Baker received an urgent message. "Sir, we're detecting something big coming from the Dominion fleet." A massive ship appeared, bigger than anything they'd seen before. The Dominion's new super weapon, designed specifically to fight humans. "They built it to counter our tactics," Rob said, studying the readings. "Its computers have analyzed all our previous battles." Baker smiled. "Then let's show them something new. Launch Operation Ghost." Suddenly, the human ships vanished from the Dominion's sensors. This was humanity's latest trick, a cloaking system that worked differently from anything the Dominion had seen before. While they frantically searched for the missing ships, battle suits were silently landing on their super weapon. The Dominion never saw the end coming. The battle suits tore into their prize ship from the inside, while cloaked fighters struck from blind spots their computers didn't know to check. In less than an hour, the super weapon was dead in space. "Your ship was programmed to fight the battles we've already fought," Baker transmitted to the Dominion commander. "But humans are always learning, always changing. You can't program a computer to predict what we'll do next, because even we don't know until we do it." The remaining Dominion ships retreated, leaving their ruined super weapon behind. In the station's meeting room, the alien representatives looked at the humans with new understanding. "Now you see," Baker told them. "The Dominion's greatest weakness is that they never change. They've ruled so long they think they know everything. But humanity's greatest strength is that we never stop learning, never stop trying new things." The battle had been broadcast across the galaxy. More species would now join the alliance, knowing they had a real chance against their old oppressors. The age of the Dominion was ending, replaced by something new, a galaxy where all species could be free, could grow stronger together. As Baker looked out at the stars, he knew the real war was just beginning. But humanity was ready. They had found their place in the universe, not just as warriors, but as teachers, allies, and protectors of freedom. The universe would never be the same, and that was exactly what humanity did best, changing things that everyone else thought couldn't be changed. 2 years into the Galactic War, the Dominion revealed their darkest secret. They had built massive robots called World Enders, each capable of destroying entire planets. These machines stood taller than mountains, powered by stars themselves. On Freedom Station, Admiral Baker watched recordings of a World Ender destroying an allied planet. The machine had simply walked out of a space portal, pointed its main cannon, and turned the planet's surface to ash. "They have 5 more, Rob reported. All heading toward different allied worlds." The Alliance fleet was strong, but even their best weapons barely scratched these giants. 3 allied planets had already fallen. Hope began to fade as news of the world enders spread. But Baker had seen something in the recordings that others missed. "Look at how they move," he said, playing the video again. "They're slow. Predictable. Like all Dominion weapons, they follow patterns." He called an emergency meeting with Earth's best engineers and battle suit pilots. "We need to think bigger," he told them. "Much bigger." For the next month, Freedom Station turned into a massive workshop. Engineers worked around the clock, building something never seen before. They called it the Titan Project. When the next world ender appeared near an allied world, it found something waiting for it. A battle suit, but different. This one stood just as tall as the world ender itself. Inside the giant battle suit's control room, pilot John Miller took a deep breath. He had trained for this moment for weeks, learning to control the massive machine. It wasn't just technology that made it work, it needed human instincts, human creativity. "Remember your training," Baker's voice came through the comm. "The world ender is powerful but simple. You're not just fighting with strength, you're fighting with humanity's greatest weapon, our ability to adapt." The battle that followed would be told about for centuries. The world ender attacked with its standard patterns, firing its planet-killing weapon. But the human-piloted Titan dodged, moving in ways the Dominion had never seen something so large move. "Impossible," the Dominion commander transmitted. "Nothing that size can move like that." But it could, because humans had found a way. While the world ender followed its programming, the Titan fought like a human, unpredictable, creative, always changing tactics. Miller pushed the Titan to its limits, using moves he'd learned in martial arts back on Earth. The giant machine flowed like water around the world ender's attacks, getting closer and closer. When they finally clashed, it was like watching two gods fight. But one fought like a machine, the other like a human. The difference proved decisive. The world ender fell, its rigid programming no match for human adaptability. As it crashed into the planet's surface, cheers erupted across the Alliance fleet. "Send the message," Baker ordered. "Tell everyone that the world enders can be beaten. Show them how humanity did it." The other world enders met similar fates as more Titans joined the fight. Each was piloted by a human who brought their own style to the battle. Some used boxing moves, others used dance-like evasions. The Dominion couldn't adapt their world enders fast enough to counter the endless variety of human combat styles. But humanity's greatest victory wasn't destroying the world enders, it was what happened after. The Alliance's engineers studied the fallen giants and found ways to use their power for good. The same energy that had destroyed planets now powered new cities, helped terraform dead worlds, and protected allied systems. "This is what humans do best," Baker told the Alliance Council. "We don't just destroy threats, we learn from them, grow stronger, and turn them into something better." More species joined the Alliance, inspired by how humans had turned the tide. They saw that humanity's real strength wasn't in weapons or technology, but in their endless ability to face impossible challenges and find ways to win. The Dominion had thought their world enders would end the war. Instead, they had given humanity the tools to rebuild the galaxy. Their greatest weapon had become their greatest defeat. As the last world ender fell, Baker looked at the galaxy map in Freedom Station. Nearly half the known systems had joined the Alliance now. The Dominion's empire was shrinking, while humanity's influence grew. "They still don't understand," he said to his crew. "Every weapon they build, every tactic they try, just makes us stronger. Because humans don't just fight, we learn, we grow, we evolve." The message was clear across the galaxy: if you wanted to defeat humans, you had to do more than just build bigger weapons. You had to outthink them, outadapt them, and that was something the Dominion had forgotten how to do long ago. The Dominion had one last trick. After losing their world enders, they unleashed their most secret weapon, mind control. Thousands of ships appeared across Alliance space, broadcasting signals that turned other species into willing slaves. But once again, humans proved different. Their brains worked unlike any other species. The mind control barely affected them, giving only mild headaches. "The signal's useless against us," Rob reported on Freedom Station. "But our allies are falling fast. We've lost contact with half our fleet." Admiral Baker watched as Allied ships turned against each other. The Dominion had finally found a way to stop the Alliance, by turning its members against humanity. "They think they've won," Baker said. "But they forgot something important about humans. We don't just fight with weapons, we fight with our minds." Earth scientists worked day and night, studying the mind control signal. They found that human brainwaves could disrupt it. The solution was simple but brilliant: they would broadcast human thoughts. "Each battle suit pilot will become a transmitter," explained Bill, the lead scientist. "Their brainwaves will create a shield around our ships, blocking the enemy signal." The plan was risky. No one had ever tried to broadcast human thoughts across space before. But that was exactly why it would work. The Dominion would never expect it. They tested it first around Freedom Station. Battle suit pilots focused their thoughts on freedom, on fighting back, on never giving up. Their brainwaves, amplified by the station's transmitters, created a bubble where the mind control couldn't reach. "Launch Operation Mindstorm," Baker ordered. "Every human pilot, every battle suit, spread out and broadcast. Push back their control with our willpower." The sight was incredible. Battle suits flew between controlled ships, their human pilots' thoughts breaking the Dominion's hold. Wherever humans went, allies woke up, breaking free from slavery. The Dominion commanders watched in horror as their perfect weapon failed. They increased the signal's power, but that only made the humans fight harder. Every attempt to control and dominate just strengthened humanity's resolve. "You don't understand us at all," Baker transmitted to the Dominion fleet. "Humans don't break under pressure, we grow stronger. Every challenge makes us push harder. Your mind control isn't just failing, it's making us more powerful." He was right. The human pilots learned to use their broadcast thoughts as weapons. They could now disrupt Dominion ship systems just by thinking about it. The very technology meant to enslave the galaxy had given humanity a new way to fight. The freed allies joined the counterattack. They had seen inside the Dominion's control, seen how empty and cold it was compared to human thoughts of freedom and friendship. Many wept as they described feeling human emotions broadcast across space: courage, hope, determination. "This is why humans are different," said an Allied commander. "Their strength isn't in their weapons or ships. It's in their minds, their spirit. They don't just resist control, they inspire others to resist too." The Dominion fleet retreated, their mind control useless against an enemy that turned thoughts into weapons. But they left behind something unexpected: thousands of their own people, asking to join the Alliance. "We felt the human broadcasts too," said a Dominion deserter. "We never knew freedom could feel so powerful. We want to learn to think like humans do." Baker welcomed them all. Humanity had won again, not through superior firepower, but by sharing their strongest weapon, their way of thinking. The Alliance grew stronger as former enemies learned to think freely, to question orders, to fight with their minds as well as their weapons. The Dominion's attempt to control the galaxy had backfired completely. Instead of enslaving other species, they had taught them the power of human thought. The Alliance wasn't just a military force anymore, it was a movement, spreading new ways of thinking across the stars. "The next battle won't be fought with ships or guns," Baker told his crew. "It will be fought with ideas. And that's a battle humans have been winning since we first looked up at the stars and dreamed about reaching them." The galaxy was changing faster than ever. The age of control was ending, replaced by an age of free thought, of human-inspired creativity and innovation. The Dominion had tried to enslave minds, but instead had unleashed the most powerful force in the universe, human imagination. The war had reached its final stage. The Dominion, pushed back to their home system, had built a massive defense ring around their capital planet. Thousands of ships, automated weapons, and space mines protected their last stronghold. Their entire empire has shrunk to this one system, Rob said, showing the map to Admiral Baker on Freedom Station. But it's the most heavily defended position in the galaxy. The Alliance fleet gathered for the final battle. Hundreds of ships from 50 different species, all led by humans. The Titans stood ready, their pilots prepared for the hardest fight yet. The Dominion thinks they know what we'll do, Baker told his commanders. They expect us to attack head-on, to use our usual tactics. So we'll do something they'll never expect, we'll use their own history against them. The plan was pure human thinking. The Alliance fleet split into smaller groups, each copying the attack pattern of a species the Dominion had conquered long ago. As they approached the defense ring, the Dominion's computers saw familiar patterns they'd defeated before. They're falling for it, Baker said, watching the enemy ships move to counter these old attacks. Now for the real surprise. The human ships suddenly changed formation. What looked like simple, predictable attacks transformed into completely new battle patterns. The Dominion's defense computers, programmed to recognize and counter known strategies, couldn't adapt fast enough. Battle suits slipped through gaps in the defense ring, while Titans engaged the largest enemy ships. Human pilots fought with everything they'd learned, combining techniques from 100 battles into something entirely new. Their computers are overloading, Rob reported. They can't predict what we'll do because we're using pieces of every battle they've ever fought, but mixing them in ways they've never seen. The Dominion commanders frantically tried to update their defense systems, but humans were changing tactics faster than computers could analyze them. This was humanity's greatest strength on display, the ability to take what worked from the past and transform it into something new. Inside his Titan, pilot John Miller faced 3 enemy superweapons at once. But he wasn't fighting alone. His human brainwaves, broadcast through the improved MindLink system, coordinated perfectly with other pilots. They fought as one, yet each in their own unique way. Their weakness was always the same, Baker transmitted to the fleet. They think war is about patterns and programs. But humans know it's about adaptation, creativity, and heart. The defense ring began to break. Dominion ships, confused by attacks that seemed to come from every species they'd ever fought, couldn't maintain formation. The Alliance fleet pushed through, led by humans showing the galaxy how to turn the past into a weapon for the future. As they reached the capital planet, the Dominion rulers finally understood their mistake. They had spent centuries collecting data on how every species fought, creating perfect defenses against known tactics. But humans took all that collected knowledge and turned it into something the data could never predict. "We surrender," the Dominion leaders announced. "You've shown us something we never knew existed, the power of combining the old with the new." The war was over. The Alliance had won. But humanity's greatest victory wasn't defeating the Dominion, it was showing the galaxy a new way to grow stronger. Every species you conquered added their knowledge to your database, Baker told the Dominion leaders. But you only saw it as data to analyze and counter. Humans saw it as wisdom to learn from and transform. The Dominion's capital became the new center of the Alliance. Their vast libraries of combat data, once used to oppress, now became a teaching tool. Under human guidance, species learned to take the best parts of their ancient fighting styles and evolve them into something new. "This is humanity's real gift to the galaxy," Baker said as he watched ships from 100 worlds train together. "We don't just fight, we learn, we change, we grow. And now we've taught the galaxy to do the same." The Dominion's fall marked the end of an era of rigid thinking and blind obedience. A new age began, one where every species could grow stronger by learning from each other, guided by humanity's unique way of looking at the universe. The most fearsome fighters had become the greatest teachers, showing that true strength comes not from having the most powerful weapons, but from having the wisdom to learn from the past while always looking to the future. 10 years after the Dominion's fall, the galaxy had changed beyond recognition. The Alliance, led by humanity, had built something never seen before, a civilization that grew stronger by learning from everyone's differences. Admiral Baker, now much older but still sharp as ever, stood in Freedom Station's new Grand Hall. Representatives from over 500 species gathered here, including former Dominion worlds. They came not to fight, but to learn. "Look how far we've come," Rob said, standing beside his old friend. "From defending Earth to teaching the galaxy how to evolve." The station had become the center of a new kind of military academy. Here, species learned not just human combat techniques, but human ways of thinking. The lesson was simple: true strength comes from adapting, from combining different ideas into something new. Admiral, a young alien cadet, approached Baker. "Is it true what they say? That humans knew they would win from the very first battle?" Baker smiled. "No, we didn't know. Humans never know for sure if we'll win. We just know we'll never stop trying, never stop learning, never stop fighting for what's right." The cadet nodded thoughtfully. "That's what makes humans different, isn't it? You don't fight because you know you'll win. You fight because you refuse to lose." In the training areas, battle suit pilots from 100 worlds practiced together. The suits had evolved, combining ideas from every species. Some moved like water, others stood firm like mountains. Each pilot brought their own style, their own way of thinking. The Titans still stood guard over peaceful worlds, but they weren't weapons anymore. They helped build cities, move asteroids, and protect ships from space storms. Humanity had shown the galaxy that any tool, no matter how deadly, could be turned to good use. The Dominion's greatest mistake, Baker told a group of students, wasn't attacking Earth. It was thinking that strength only comes from power and control. Humans proved that real strength comes from learning, adapting, and working together. The old Dominion combat databases had become a library of fighting styles from across the galaxy. But under human guidance, species didn't just copy these techniques, they transformed them, combined them, made them into something new. "Every species brings something special to the Alliance," Baker explained. "Some are naturally stronger, some faster, some can see things others can't. But humans showed everyone how to take these differences and turn them into advantages." Even the former Dominion worlds had changed. Their rigid thinking was replaced by human-inspired creativity. Their children learned to question, to experiment, to think in new ways. The empire of control had become a fountain of innovation. "We're not the greatest fighters because we're the strongest," Baker told his students. "We're the greatest because we never stop learning, never stop growing, never stop helping others grow too." The mind-link technology, once used for war, now connected species across the galaxy in peace. Human brainwaves helped other species break free from old ways of thinking, showing them new possibilities they'd never imagined. "But what if another threat comes?" a student asked. "What if something worse than the Dominion appears?" Baker's answer showed why humans would always be the universe's most fearsome fighters. "Then we'll do what humans have always done. We'll learn from it, adapt to it, grow stronger from facing it, and teach others to do the same." Looking out at the stars, Baker saw humanity's greatest victory. Not the battles they'd won, but the peace they'd built. They had taught the galaxy that being a great fighter didn't mean you had to fight all the time. Sometimes the greatest strength was knowing how to turn enemies into friends. "The universe keeps changing," he told his crew. "New challenges will always appear. But as long as we keep learning, keep adapting, keep helping others grow stronger, humanity will never face them alone." In the end, Humans had proved to be the universe's most fearsome fighters not because they were the best at destroying enemies, but because they were the best at turning enemies into allies. Their greatest weapon wasn't their strength or their technology, it was their ability to learn from every challenge and grow stronger from every battle. And so the legacy of humanity spread across the stars. Not as conquerors like the Dominion, but as teachers, friends, and protectors. The most fearsome fighters had become the greatest builders of peace, showing that true strength comes not from standing alone, but from helping everyone stand together.